Alright, so balance changes are finally here. In this video, we're going to be going over the top 5 decks for this current meta. First up on our list here, we have this giant graveyard deck. This is probably one of the biggest winners out of the balances because it did get 3 buff cards, the giant, the mini Pekka, and the musketeer. Also, I'm not using any decks in this video that have heroes in them. Not just because the Archer Queen and the Golden Knight did get nerfed a little bit, but because I know a lot of you guys haven't unlocked the heroes yet, so I feel like it'll be more useful if I only use decks that don't contain them. So yeah, in the first match here, he's going to have Dark Prince and Mega Minion. So this might be another sort of giant deck, we'll have to see. So cycling Musketeer in the back did get a hit speed buff, I think 9%. So definitely going to make a significant change in a lot of interactions. In fact, 2.6. I'm not actually using 2.6 in this video. But with a Musketeer buff, it actually probably is going to be a lot better. So we're just going to go in. You kind of want to play this deck pretty aggressively. In fact, it's kind of brain dead in my opinion. Like, if you're losing games, like a lot, you're probably not playing brain dead enough. Like, I literally took half his tower there just by going giant graveyard. And Mini Pekka will finish off his Dark Prince. He's still gonna have to respond to it anyways. So we're in a really good spot right now. Got so much damage there off of that first giant graveyard push. So let's see what he does. He decides to have Mega Minion on top, which is fine. I don't want to play my bats on that because it will cycle us back to our giant. So we have the opportunity to go in if he decides to go like a push in the back or something. So let's see here. I still don't know exactly what deck it's going to be. It could even be like Golem or something, just based on the cards that he's played so far. So, alright, he's going to go in the back. I think I'll giant just so we can take his tower. But I'm not going to graveyard because it's probably an overcommit, since I think he's just going to let it go anyways. There's really no point in supporting it with the graveyard as well. So yeah, I'm going to sack the tower. Actually, that was a pretty bad Dark Prince because I can just ignore it and it's not really going to do anything. Like, he's not going to take my other tower. And just to focus on defending now, we'll probably use the Golden Knight ability, which will probably get some damage. Oh wow, it actually does not dash the tower for some reason. And okay, here's Dark Prince. Actually, I'm just going to let the baby dragon lock and then giant to kite the Dark Prince over, and then bats to finish everything off here. And we'll Musketeer on defense for the Dark Prince and the Mega Minion. Skeleton Army away, kind of anticipating that Golden Knight ability. So it's going to be a pretty easy win for the first game. This deck, it does like really well in single elixir, especially if you can get like one of your counters out of hand first. Personally, like, I hope this deck doesn't become too much in the meta just because it's one of the worst matchups in the game for Xbow, which is the deck I main. But I still thought I would show it to you guys since definitely a solid deck after the balances. Alright, so for our next deck here we have Logbait Inferno Tower. So Inferno Tower did actually get a small buff, a 25% first attack speed, which is actually kind of a lot if you think about it. And yeah, hopefully we do face a matchup here where we actually end up needing our Inferno Tower, so we kind of like test it out, see if it's any better, or at least noticeable. So, okay, he's going to Archer Queen in the back. I probably could have rocketed that, to be honest, but I wasn't really ready for it. And he will hog opposite lane. So I'm just going to guard log that. It should fully counter. I knew that interaction from, like, Radley's videos. I watch him quite a bit use this deck. And, yeah, this is the best bait deck in the meta right now, in my opinion, just because the guards are, like, really solid after they got buffed in the, I guess, technically 2 balance changes ago now. I think it's just a lot better than Goblin King right now. Then the Valk, it's better against Archer Queen and other raw hogs in the meta. So, I think I will try to protect my princess here. And I don't really know whose matchup this is because he does have like Earthquake for our Inferno Tower. But it still fully counters the hog even if they do Earthquake. And I'm kind of expecting him to play something. Yeah, I knew he would have to go something on my princess. So, he's not going to have too much elixir to deal with our Goblin Bro. Just going to late Mini Pekka. Okay, I'm going to Inferno like this, and then G-Spirit up high to pull his Mini Pekka away. He will end up going Earthquake. But wow, Inferno Tower actually does end up cleaning everything up really nicely there. And our Princess for his Fire Spirit. I was going to place at the bridge, but he ended up going Fire Spirit. Just want to kill that and then go in. Like, I'm gonna Goblin Bro. He actually misses Ice Golem on our Princess. There's no way he has enough to play Log, right? Okay, actually, I guess he was just slow on the Ice Golem. I thought maybe he wouldn't have like that much elixir in hand to play it. But I guess he just mistimed it or something, because he sold enough to go to guards and then log my Goblin. But yeah, R to a nice damage seed here. We'll go Inferno Tower down low. And the nice thing is that even with the Earthquake or Inferno Tower, you don't really need to overspend on their Hog, because it'll still fully counter. You do have to be careful about not being out-cycled though, since that can be a way they can get damage. So you sometimes have to rocket their Hogs this matchup. Alright, yeah, you can go guards on that. So we end up catching it. Hopefully keep our princess alive. Okay, he's gonna end up dying. But we have another one on the map. I'll just go Tricky Bro. He probably won't fall for it. Alright, that was actually a smart play. He just went Ice Golem and logged my princess. We can go Inferno down low for his Hog. And he's gonna fully counter. Also, actually I'm gonna log just to make sure. I don't know if the Fire Spirit would attack my tower or not. So we're actually looking pretty good. We can keep like stacking princesses. Okay, somehow we got a lot of damage from that barrel. I guess he didn't have his login cycle. He's going Inferno low again. He's throwing Earthquake, so I'm gonna Valk on top of his Archer Queen. And I don't think we need to log or anything, because Inferno's gonna... oh shoot, it ends up getting one hit, which wasn't ideal. But we're still looking fine, I think, because we're up about 500. Heal Earthquake, so I'm just gonna guards log E-Spirit, because it's gonna fully counter it. So I don't really need to use my Inferno. And we'll try to protect our princess. Going in with the Goblin Barrel in the back and sending up another princess. Trying to like force him in an awkward position where he has to log on the right eventually if we just have too much pressure. So yeah, we end up catching his mini Pekka. So guards, I don't want to risk him having the ability cycle. Or having like enough to play it, because that would like take my whole tower. And alright, we catch the mini Pekka once again. So I'm gonna princess actually Hobsling, because he might try to log. But he also has to do something for our barrel. So we're gonna log his Hog Ladder. Hopefully counter. And he does that, so we can go in with another princess. Goblin Barrel immediately because he just uses log. So we'll probably get some damage out of this. Just gonna rocket his mini Pekka. I think it's worth it. So as long as we have enough to Inferno his Hog, there's essentially no way he's gonna connect. So log and guards up high just to be safe. But rocket will finish off the game here. Some matchup actually, like, on paper seems like it's for Hog, but I can fully counter his Hog in a lot of ways. Just like, even if I don't have my Inferno Tower, we didn't have to rocket cycle even that much. Kind of just bait out his logs with our princesses, and then got a lot of damage from some of the barrels. Okay, so this one's for all the B-Rad fans. We're running 2.6 Miner Cycle with the newly buffed Hunter. And even though this deck does not have a building, it has such a fast cycle that you can just basically get back to multiple Knights, Deliveries, Hunters on whatever push you're going to face. I feel like Royal Delivery is just so good in these types of Miner decks, because it gets so much value for 3 Elixir. Can sometimes shut down entire pushes. Definitely one of the most underrated cards. So it looks like we're going to be up against Skeleton King. So not like a card you see too often. It is running a couple decks, but pretty much just Mortar and some Graveyard decks. But it looks like we're going to be up against Mortar most likely. And I don't think this deck should have like a small spell, if I know it correctly. So we'll go into the Miner to try to get some chip damage early on. He will have minion hordes. That means our delivery is going to get a lot of value in this matchup, as well as our Hunter and the poison, of course. And we do end up catching his Miner in the back, so we're not taking any damage here. We'll just go in right away again, because we have a delivery that's going to be tanking a tiny bit. And he will Skeleton King on top. I think we just log here. If he decides to use the ability on his Skeleton King, then we can just... okay, he's going to Mortar actually. So just Hunter to the side. And I actually don't even know if he's going to have enough to use the ability. Looks like he will not get it down. I'm going to Miner the safe spot, because it should like distract his Mortar. I don't know if the Hunter is going to die or not, but it would have distracted his Mortar for at least one hit. And yeah, we actually somehow get his tower like really low, just off of the first few Miners. So super good start off to this game. He's gonna give us the early GG, which to be honest it probably is, because there's like no way his Mortar is gonna connect to this type of matchup. He just play all of our cycle cards in the middle, and yeah, I think there's no way we're gonna lose this like at this position. Actually, that was not the best hunter. The Mortar is gonna kill it, especially when he goes Spear Goblins like that. So I'm gonna monitor the side because it's a good spot against like any siege building. It'll take a hit because it's like in range of the Mortar, but looks like it's gonna die anyways. So it's a knight because my hunter is targeted on his miner. So we'll just die to the skeletons. And we'll go miner in the back now. Kind of want to switch up the spot. Okay, actually it's kind of annoying how Star Goblin was able to hit it from literally the opposite lane. But once they have King activated, there's really no point in continuing to play your miner in the safe spot every time. And they're just going to predict there. So does our miner connect? It actually does. So it's going to be 100 damage or so. So we'll catch his miner in the back. And hitting Mortars again. It's not really going to do anything, so we'll log his army. We'll use the ability, but we have our delivery and cycle for that. So it's pretty much no problem defending here. And he goes miner in the back once again. This guy really has to switch up his miner placements, kind of getting a little bit predictable now. And he will Mortar while I have a knight up, so I don't think it's really going to do anything for him. So go ahead and do the same miner placement so that it will distract his Mortar if needed. But he will go Skeleton King on top. And we just need like a couple more miners and then poison will finish it off. Pretty much. So let's see here, he's gonna minion horde. We'll go ahead and poison that. No, it's only 4 of the minions. I think we'll just be able to take his tower here. Like after one more miner. So there's the CRL emote. And this little miner like this to the side. It looks like our opponent is gonna end up giving up here. So yeah, like this matchup worked out really well for us. Alright guys, so for the 4th deck of the video, we have this giant cycle deck. It's actually quite a high skill giant deck, but it hasn't been very good in the meta for a couple years now. But with the return of the mini Pekka as well as the giant buff, I feel like it's definitely going to be back, and it's also a super fun deck to play. Alright, so we'll start off with a miner in the safe spot, see if he's going to end up getting anything out. Looks like he will have E-Wiz, so we'll zap. I think it'll allow my miner to get one hit on tower. Alright, nice. So E-Wiz kind of run in a lot of decks. It could be Giant Double Prince, maybe Pekka, Mega Knight, although with Heal Spirit, pretty much confirms it's going to be some sort of Bridge Spam deck. So he's going to Mega Minion, we'll Magic Archer up high on that. He's going to kill it, and then we can just support our Magic Archer with a Giant in front, and try to build a mini push here. You can be pretty aggressive in single elixir with this deck, especially like with your Giants and Miners. And I use Magic Archer as well since it's basically a win condition. And does our Giant get a hit here? Alright, it doesn't. But yeah, this is definitely an aggressive deck. Even if they don't like place anything in the back, you can sometimes just go in and get a lot of damage out of it. So we'll Miner Bats just to keep up some pressure. It's like a very high pressure deck, and we wouldn't really have anything to fully stop the bats easily. And I think if it's Magic Archer, their bridge here is going to get a lot of value. Just lining it up against the Mega Minion and the Mini Pack in front, so it does not kill our Magic Archer. And well, that's actually insane value. And it's going to kill the Brawler as well. Actually, he's going to Mini Pack Switch Skeletons. Try to hit both with the log if possible. Okay, so we don't hit the Mini Pekka, so I will be forced to zap on defense here. Because I really don't want to take that Mini Pekka hit. But we somehow do get his tower down to 1600 pretty early on. And oh no, he's going to have an Electro Giant. So to be honest, like, this is probably one of the worst matchups you can face with this deck. I didn't know it was going to be E-Giant, but just like thinking about it, we don't have a building for his Electro Giant. And he most likely has a Lightning, so we can use our Mini Pekka or Magic Archer. But I think we're going to be fine here because it's usually not the Lightning. Just like stack random stuff behind his E-Giant and then try to Tornado. But we managed to cycle 2 Magic Archers, so we will be fine on this defense. And I think I'm just going to Giant in front. because we have a magic archer that's going to support. And let's go Miner, predict his mini Pekka, try to keep our giant alive. We do end up catching his mini Pekka, spin a log. Hopefully he dies for the heal spirit. Oh my gosh, that actually somehow worked. I do not know how the heal spirit did not end up healing up his mini Pekka before our Miner was able to kill it with the help of the zap. But we do end up taking his tower there. And just like that, we're able to beat a hard counter. So I'm going to BM him a tiny bit. I know E-Giant is like one of the most hated decks in the game. So definitely we're glad we were able to beat it when he had a really good matchup against us. So yeah, that's going to be Giant Cycle. See you guys in the last game. So we're going to be ending off the video here with the Goblin Giant Sparky. Personally, I just think it's such a fun deck to use, and it really has not been too viable in the meta for quite a while after Sparky got that, I think, hit speed nerf a few balance changes ago. But hopefully with the help of the newly buffed Mini Pekka and Musketeer, we can find some success with the deck. So yeah, let's just head straight into the game. Well, we actually decided to play Electro Wizard in the back, so it's pretty much asking us to spark the same lane, since it's pretty much one of the best counters to it. And Candy Card will be annoying. I don't want to play anything on it though, just because I want to be able to support my Sparky as much as possible. And Ewis will end up stunning it before it can get the shot off, which is kind of annoying because my Sparky will not be at full HP. But I think since he just spent 9 elixir, there's like no way he can defend this if we just mini Pekka and then rage everything. I know it's kind of a brainless move, but yeah, just like that, we're able to take his tower. We might even, actually no, we probably can't get a 3 crown, so I'm not gonna support this Goblin Giant anymore. But yeah, he did use his Fireball. He's gonna have to continue to commit more elixir on the right if he wants to take our tower. So we're in like a really good position, and I think I can cycle my Musketeer since he won't have his Fireball and cycle on it. So it'll just get value against whatever he decides to place same lane. So we're just gonna go with Hunter. I don't know what we're gonna do. Guess if he's not gonna play anything, okay, he's gonna do that. I'm gonna Dark Prince. I think it's worth defending our tower unless he can play something else. Okay, actually, now I'm just gonna ignore that and spark to the back. I forgot if he's a zap. Okay, he will end up having a zap, which is could be problematic later on. It's a pretty good reset to the Xbow. I mean, did I say Xbow? Well, I play Xbow way too much. Okay, yeah, but zap is gonna be pretty good against her Sparky. But since he just used it, I think we just go in like with everything here. Hopefully our Sparky does survive the Barber. Looks like it will. And wow, this is gonna be a ton of damage on his tower. We'll get the Electro Wizard down at the last second to save his tower. But we still got so much damage there, bringing it down to about 800. And definitely meant to predict that cannon cart. We'll still end up locking on, but only for 2 hits. And I can ignore that E-Barb, since it's attacking my King Tower, which already has like plenty of HP. So I can Dark Prince if he has a pressure opposite lane, but looks like he's just going to set up for his defense. So we're going to kind of rinse and repeat here, just pretty much stack everything. But I don't want to play like my Musketeer too close to everything, because he might try to go the well-timed Fireball. And Sparky will survive here. Alright, yeah, I don't really see how he defends all of this, because it's like under the rage. And oh wow, that actually did not go for the candy card somehow. I don't know like how it didn't, but yeah, I guess it's gonna be a good game. We'll conclude it for our top 5 decks for the new meta. There's definitely other decks that are viable that have like Archer Queen and Golden Knight, but as I said earlier, I know a lot of you guys like don't have those unlocked. So in my opinion, these are gonna be the 5 like most popular decks that you're gonna see. Giant Double Prince might also be good, but I feel like with like the Prince jumping over the river now, doesn't really make that much of a difference. So that's why I didn't include Giant Double Prince as one of the decks. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next video.